Hi guys, I'm going to be looking at a few small towns in New Zealand and I'm going to be getting a feel for how the local property markets are tracking. Today's town is Greymouth, which has a population of 8,500 people. Greymouth is well known for being on the beautiful but rugged west coast of the South Island of New Zealand. It is located at the mouth of the Grey River. The entrance to the river has a notorious sandbar which has wrecked more than 44 ships over the years. Since its founding, Greymouth has experienced 24 floods by the Grey River, with many of the most significant being assigned names. For example, the Great Flood of 1872, the Jubilee Flood of 1887, the Big Flood of 1905, the biggest since 1887 flood in 1936, the biggest since 1936 flood in 1977, the big one in May 1988, and the biggest in September 1988. So I wonder what the next flood's going to be called. So you can see that there's not much imagination or thought gone into the naming of them floods, and I'm wondering if the people who named the floods are descended from the people who named the town, Greymouth. The current number of real estate listings for sale in this specific area shown on this map is 74. If I zoom out, you can see there's 74 properties for sale in such a small area. Is quite a lot. So now let's look at a few properties that are currently for sale for anyone who is looking to buy in Greymouth. The first one was listed on the 21st of May 2025. The title says, "A Solid Start." So as we've noticed, they don't really go in hard on naming things in this town. The description says, "The solid 1940s home is a great way to get on the property ladder. A good starter home for first-time buyers or those looking to secure a rental investment opportunity." I wish agents would give up trying to get investors to buy, don't you? How about the local young people? Do you really just want them to rent from out-of-town investors forever? The asking price on this property is $329,000. The latest August 2024 CV was $185,000. The property was last purchased in February 2015 for $90,000. So in 10 years, this house has gone from being worth $90,000 to being worth $329,000. So have the local wages more than tripled over the last 10 years, I wonder? I'd love to know what has improved so much in Greymouth to justify such massive price hikes. The next property was listed on the 6th of May. The title says "Central Location," and that's it. Another imaginative title. The description says, "This villa has had a makeover and now ready for its new owner." Having looked at the photos, is making a bed classed as a makeover? The asking price for this property is $390,000. The latest August 2024 CV is $250,000. The property was last purchased in November 2017, but there is no price listed, unfortunately. However, we can guess round about what they paid because the CV in 2018 was $135,000. Now they want $390,000. But we can't forget they have made the beds this time. So this needs to be taken into account when pricing this property, and it could explain why the property has almost tripled in price in the last 7 years. I don't know. So the next one that I'm going to be looking at was listed on the 17th of March, which is a good day. The title says "Spacious Family Living," and that's it. The description says, "A powder room off the kitchen adds convenience, while the main family bathroom is located on the central level." So I've learned today that a powder room consists of a toilet and a sink. So how bad does your cooking have to be that you need direct emergency powder room access coming off the kitchen? So the asking price for this property is $725,000. The latest August 2024 CV is $620,000. The property was last purchased in June 2022 for $570,000. So they want to make $155,000 in 3 years for doing what? What have they done? Have they made the beds? So the next one that I'm going to be looking at was listed on the 28th of February. The title says Maple Heights, and that's it. The description says, with modern allure, this high quality late 80s permanent material 2-story 3-bedroom home offers a sheltered and relaxing, comfortable and warm style of modern living. And you know what? That's the first thing that I think about when I see something that is from the 80s. What a modern allure it's got. So the asking price is $769,000. The latest August 2024 CV is $780,000. So finally one is for sale less than a CV. But it has been listed for sale for a while, so perhaps they have dropped the price, who knows. The property was last purchased in March 2023 for $685,000. And then just look at the 2018 CV of $360,000. So yes, sounds about right. Pay way too much for a property and then just try and sell it for another $100,000 more after a couple of years, because that's just what people do, isn't it? Even if these people paid $2 million for this property, they would expect to be able to sell it for at least $2.1 million. It's not the actual value of the property that determines how much a property is worth in New Zealand. It's how much you paid for it. So the last one that I'm going to be looking at today was listed on the 17th of July. The title says warm and welcoming. I know there's not much there, but that's a bit nicer, isn't it? The description says, this 1940s weatherboard beauty is packed with character in a sought-after location. Now that sounds dreamy, doesn't it? They're looking for inquiries over $395,000. Now, is it just me, or does inquiries over sound very passive-aggressive? It's like them telling any potential buyers that they are in total control. How dare you even consider offering anything under what they say? It's a bizarre way of putting it. Why don't they just put an asking price? So the latest August 2024 CV is $285,000. They last purchased in August 2021 for $238,000. So they bought at the height of COVID insanity for $238,000, but now they want inquiries over $395,000. So it looks very old inside this property, with the original kitchen unit still in place by the looks. But the last time I looked, a few tins of paint didn't cost over $150,000. Well, who knows, maybe they did quite a few coats. So yes guys, when is this house price insanity going to stop, or is it just going to continue on and on forever? It's obvious that Luxon and Willis are putting pressure on the RBNZ to keep cutting rates to get the Ponzi going again. But the only people who can afford or are willing to pay these overinflated prices are foolish investors who have absolutely no clue how to invest in anything other than real estate. So I hope you all enjoyed today's look around Greymouth. This is going to be a regular series, so be sure to like and subscribe to see more of these absolute bargains that are incredibly all over New Zealand. And if you like this video and you want to see more small town house price madness, then please like and subscribe, and I'll keep them coming for you. Cheers for that.